is file 2403053SC, a small claims case, Casildo versus Casillo. You guys are both here for small claims case. What small claims case means is that we're trying to get this done without any attorneys. Parties are unrepresented, and no one is asking for a jury trial. You're asking for this to be decided right here by me. So first things first, if you are ready and willing to proceed here in front of me, I'm going to swear you both in. Victoria, I can see you. Jenna, I cannot. But I would ask you to raise your right hand the same way I'm going to ask Victoria to raise her right hand. Do you swear or affirm any testimony you'd give here today would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I swear, yes.
I do.
So this might go a lot faster if I just start with you. Jenna, are you here contesting that you owe $3,000 to Victoria, or is it more about how and when you'd be able to pay that?
I am here contesting this, yes.
Okay. Well, it seems to me that this is, you guys are all related, and that the $3,000 was paid to you on the premise that you were going to have some surgery and you needed some financial help during that recovery process. And then for some reason, the surgery was canceled, and that you said, oh, okay, I'm going to pay you the $3,000 back. You wrote a check and you sent it to them. And then before they cashed it, that account came up non-sufficient funds and they weren't able to cash the check. Victoria, I just want to ask you, is that a correct sort of summation of your point of view of what's happening here?
Yes, that is correct, sir.
All right. So Jenna, if they can't cash the $3,000 check, don't you still owe them the $3,000?
Your Honor, under those circumstances, cut and dry, yes, that would be the case.
All right, so I'll give you a chance to explain to me why it is you don't think you have to pay that money back.
Okay. Currently, right now?
Yes, ma'am. This seemed to me a pretty cut and dry case. So before I make any decisions, I'm going to give you an opportunity to tell me why it is not cut and dry case that they were gifting you $3,000 to help you out. You didn't need the help for the reason that was stated, and you attempted to pay them back, but it was NSF, and so you would have to pay them back a different way.
Yep, I understand that, Your Honor. First off, thank you for listening to our case today.
It's my job. You can go ahead and speed it up. I don't need things like that, but I appreciate it.
On August 15th, there was a check written to my current husband. We are currently going through a divorce process, written only to him, not to both of us. It was for
But you're married, ma'am, right? At that time?
I am. Yeah.
Okay.
We were.
So,
yep.
So it doesn't matter who the check was written to, if you're married, just so you know.
Okay. Okay. So the check was written to him. He signed it. It was put in our joint banking account. I explained to Victoria when the procedure was not going to be continued why, and we sent her back out of our joint account the check.
Yep, I'm up to date with you right now. I got that far. Go ahead.
She received the check. She herself said she doesn't use mobile deposit on her phone, but she knows it exists and was going out of town. In the meantime, everything came to our head in our marriage, in our personal world. It was not intended for the check not to clear. There was full intention of her being able to cash the check.
Ma'am, let me cut you off. Are you trying to say that she should be suing your soon-to-be ex-husband and not you?
I'm saying that I had to leave our family home because of domestic violence along with other issues. And I was instructed by my lawyer to remove funds from our joint bank account after I had left the home.
Okay, but ma'am, why does that mean that you would not owe her the $3,000?
Because this was for our family. This wasn't written for me. This was written for childcare because I was going to be unable to pick up our small children.
That didn't happen.
For
So
that
why
didn't
would you not
happen.
owe the $3,000 back?
Why would I owe all of it? She should be suing
Ma'am.
both myself and Joel. If this
And
is
what
the
you
case.
could do here is turn around and sue your husband, I guess. But Victoria is entitled to a full $3,000 judgment from you. You're who this agreement was with.
No, the check was written solely to Joel. It was not written to
Ma'am,
both of
you're
us.
married. That's neither here nor there.
That's right. We were married and still are married, so it should be from both of us, not just me for the $3,000.
You can say that, ma'am. You're what's called joint and severally liable. In other words, you don't both owe her $3,000, but one of you or both of you owe her $3,000. So I would order whoever she chooses to sue, i.e. you, that you owe her $3,000. Now you could turn around and be a plaintiff and sue your husband for whatever you think is fair, $1,500 of that $3,000. That's something for you guys to work out in divorce proceedings. But unless you're going to tell me something we have not talked about yet, you would be ordered to pay that full $3,000 plus the $82 in costs to Victoria. Okay?
When I was told by my legal team to remove funds from our joint account because we had to leave the family home because of domestic violence.
But I guarantee you didn't tell the lawyer, oh, by the way, I have a check outstanding or a debt I owed, and if I take all the money out of the account, it'll bounce. I'm sure you didn't tell him that. So I don't know what your, ma'am, I don't know what your lawyers told you, and you can go talk to them and they'll explain to you a different way. What I'm explaining to you is that in no way, shape, or form would affect whether or not you owe this money back to Victoria. Now, your soon-to-be ex-husband might owe his fair share of that $3,000, but that is not for me to do here in small claims. He's a third party to this. She is suing you. She has a legitimate and legal reason to sue you, and I see no reason to not grant her that full judgment. All right. So my judgment is for $3,000 in damages, and then I can explain to you, Jenna, Victoria also had to pay certain monies out of pocket to get us here today. She had to pay a filing fee to court, and she had to pay to have you served. That cost her $82. She is also able to get that back. It's what we call costs as opposed to damages. I just wanted you to understand where that extra $82 comes when you see this judgment, because the judgment will be for $3,082. You'll both get a copy of this judgment in the mail. If either one of you, although I'm not sure why Victoria would appeal, but Jenna, if you wish to appeal my decision, you must do so within 7 days of today's date, and you must do so in writing. Then it will go back in front of the district court judges. You understand your rights on appeal?
Yes, sir, I do. May I make another statement to you?
You can, but the decision is rendered, but go ahead and say what you want to say.
Victoria Gasidlo is suing me when I have been a stay-at-home mother for our 3 children under 5. And my current husband was the sole breadwinner of our family. So she's suing someone that is a stay-at-home mom with no income since September.
I mean, you can say that. It seems more like one family member has been consistently helping out another family member who sort of always needs help. And she agreed to do that. And then when you kind of bait and switched what you needed the money for, she never got paid back all the way till she had to sue a family member in small claims court. That's a different way to look at it, but
I'm sorry, that is the way that this is coming off.
All right. So we're all set. You understand your rights on appeal. You'll both get copies of the judgment in the mail. Thank you. I'm going to release parties.
Thank you very much, sir, Your Honor.